such an asshole.
Perhaps the second most data intensive book I wrote was this, the Book of Numbers. The most data intensive one I wrote / co-wrote was How Not to Become a Millennial, but that was just pulling a bunch of data, not doing number crunching and statistical analysis. That was more like, oh, here's the percentage of you that don't have a driver's license. Why? I got dyslexia. What does that have to do with your driver's license? So the data is one thing, but then I just love field reports. You can have all the data in the world, but it's good to have a story. And this guy emailed in, hey, Aaron, too long didn't read. I have some dating data that might be useful of interest to you. This is a list of all girls I matched with in a certain California town, large one, on a dating app for the last 6 months, with details of how those matches resolved. You're free to use it as long as you anonymize everything. The data is attached, I'm a big fan of your channel and books. I appreciate your data-driven approach to everything. Yeah, if you made an Excel spreadsheet, I'm sure you like data. A lot of people would say that's nerd. It's like, no, what can't I just analyze shit? Is there something wrong with it? Oh, wait, I should be cool like you. Watch the game, bro. Emphasis on game. So I thought my own data dating might be of an interesting case study for you. I matched with over 55 women, 57. I look at the spreadsheet over the last 6 months on dating apps. 55 in 6 months? How many did you swipe right on? I mean, that seems like very little. I'm not critiquing you. I'm just by the way, the data's not going to surprise anyone. It really is. It's just, yeah, that's what it is. You're right there in the center of the bell distribution. This is exactly what you could expect. And included details on how those panned out. All matches happened in my town. I took a few breaks in between these matches, which should be obvious from the breaks in the match dates. I'm now taking a 6-month break from dating and moving out of the California leftist shithole. So this table would conclude my dating journey in California leftist shithole, which, as you can tell from the data, did not go well. Given this study is only 57 data points, this will probably not be super interesting to you. No, it is, because, like, yeah, of course, when you're doing real professional analysis, you'd like as many data points as possible. But 57 isn't anything to poo-poo at. And here's another thing, all right? I don't mean to sound like a girl. There is your lived experiences, right? We could talk about all the macro, even international data. And here's what it is for the global population or the entire country. You cannot ignore your individual experiences because there's a ton of other variables and factors, namely you. That is very, your personal experiences are very germane and important to you. So and let's be honest, 55 matches or 57 matches, that's not nothing. And so never discount. Now that should reflect upon, okay, how are my results different from the industry average? And in which case your results are not different from the industry average. So at least, there's not anything wrong with you, right? We could argue, okay, well, how do I become better than the industry average? Go talk to Troy Francis or go read this book, The Book of Numbers. But yeah, you gave it a good, honest go, man. You gave it a good, honest go. You matched with 55. You went on a handful of dates. So I would not discount any of this information. Your experience is correct. This will probably not be super interesting to you, but I thought it might be a good case study. The data is much more granular than what you might get from most studies and surveys. Happy to share details if interested. I just ask you to keep everything anonymous, blah, 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 blah. Of course, I won't mention it. So what I did is I tallied up his data and I just converted it into a percent of the total matches. So he did match with 57. The vast majority of the matches was from Bumble, some with Hinge. He didn't use any of the boosts, it looks like. And keep in mind, when it comes to first like or first message, Bumble is going to have a factor. And although if you've done it, you've done it this year. So I think that was after Bumble said, okay, now guys have to reach out first because women are cowards. That's what you're just cowards. I know it. In that one thing, you're not equal, ladies. You're just cowards. You can't handle rejection like us. We're awesome. We are better than you at it. So let's go here. First message. The vast majority of messages sent, even though it should be, wow, that's weird how that computer does that. The vast majority of messages sent first initially were by him. 93% were sent by him. Women only sent the initial message 9%. Oh, I'm sorry, 91% him, 9% them. Then he said, did you get a response to that? And only 44% of the girls responded. That's not bad, actually. So with half of them responding, that's good. Now, you don't need a phone number, but it's good to get off those dating apps or social media apps anyway. Number of women that gave him their number was 14%. Only 8 did. That one might argue with social media and texting. Well, you're not texting. You're texting over social media platforms. It's not needed. I really don't like giving out my phone number, so I could kind of understand that. But very few women gave out their number. How many got a phone call? None. FaceTime. This was shocking to me. Because if you're going to go on a date, if you're going to meet in the real world, I'd like to meet you first digitally because of the Chad Elkins experience. Say, Cappy, what's the Chad Elkins experience? There was a girl during The Disease that Chad was met on some dating app, social media, and all that. And she had recently been mauled by a dog and her face was all fucked up. So she had to have reconstructive surgery and all that. And she was all nervous that he wouldn't like her and da. And he's like, no, man, like we can hang out and like, let's go out. So like for months they're going back and forth. And she had when they met, I think she still was under repair and she had face mask on and all that. And I don't think he went in for a kiss because what are you going to do? And then when the disease went away, it was time and she was all healed up. Nope, I'm sorry. It's just, we're not meant for each other. It's just like you waste of time, you waste of space. So I would, and then there's been a hand also, Chad, where he's met up with the girl and her picture is not what it looked. She does not look anywhere near as thin as what she looked like on the dating app. So you have to FaceTime. I'm surprised there was 0 FaceTime. First date planned. This is good data. 10 out of the 57, which is 17.54%. The number of people that went on the date, 8. So 80% of them did actually go on the date. How many went on a second date? Only 2. So out of 10, 8 made it to a first date, 2 made it to a second date. That's about right. And then on average, your 2-date total cost, you spent $73 for you did the 2-date total cost. Okay, so this is if we divide it, that's not bad either. That's 37 per date, 74 per 2-date. The reason it didn't work is a kind of equal parts. You unmatched them, they unmatched you. A lot of messages expiring because they weren't that interested and they got their fix. And let's go through the other notes because I hear the individual. This it goes from numbers to a personal story. That's why I like having personal stories. Other notes. Was planning a workout date. She's suddenly in the middle of making plans. Yep. Went on a sushi date, though it went well. Went in for a kiss at the end. She turned it down. Sent me a text the next day letting know she was not physically attractive. Why'd you go out with guys? Just look. There's gonna be I always get laid on the first date, and they're lying. Don't kiss on the first date. Just don't. Just don't. It makes it so much easier. Yeah, maybe I'll catch you later. And then we're talking, I'd have to go and do the data, but we are talking a failure rate of around 95%. Do not kiss the girl on the first date. That's bullshit. Okay. Sent her a text letting her know I didn't think we'd be a good match. All right, you're honest about that. Had a good vibe over text initially, but things fell off fast. I stopped responding and she unmatched me. Chemistry clearly bad on first date, but I tried for a second. She ghosted though. Sent her a text letting her know I don't think we'd be a good match. She's very sweet, though not my physical type. So she was fat. You say she was fat. Though not my type physically, just say she be fat. Lot less words, lot less syllables, lot less letters. I want to put my limited time and energy in with different girl. 3 dates total. First 2 felt very good. Third date, she felt very distant whole date. Then she broke it off soon after. Oh, she found another guy or with her boyfriend. Went on one date, decided it wasn't a good match. Texted her that wasn't interested. You know what I like about this is that you guys are starting to turn them down. Not in a revenge like a sense, but you're not just like, oh my God, a woman. Okay, I got to try, but I got to try. Like, yeah, you're actually saying I'm not having a good time, which is fair to the both of you. If this is common where the guy's like, yeah, I don't feel it. The message is being sent on the atomic and granular level. To you girls are like, yeah, these guys aren't just going to roll over and whatever you want. Dry conversation, few word responses, overall unpleasant vibe over her text. Matched on Hinge. She never responded, so I unmatched her. Then she liked my profile on Bumble a few days later. Her favorite cuisine is a Middle Eastern type of cuisine. Picked out my favorite Middle Eastern spot in the town. She seemed very interested. On the day before the date, she stopped responding to my messages. Lives in town, not in California. Planning on moving to town in California. Planned date for when she visits later. Oh, then that never happened. Okay. Wait, did you have a date on that one? No, that's a no. That's a negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. I'll be honest, this is not as bad. I was expecting the whys to be more cringe or bullshit. It's actually kind of hopeful. Again, you're a one data point, but that's good. Where 10% said, or I'm sorry, 10 said they go on a date and then 80% showed up. That's real good. That's very good. I like to see that both men and women are being honest with each other. Yeah, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. You men are fine. Unlike my generation, unlike me, you men are finally saying, nah, it ain't working out. No, I didn't have a good time. It's boring. We're not meant to be together. And that's sending a message that girls they just can't show up and expect to be entertained. Entertain me, dance, monkey, dance. I'm gonna do a video on it. I'll just do that. I'll just do it. It'll be easier. Y'all keep trying to kiss on the first date. Knock that shit off. Knock that shit off. All right. Link below. The book of numbers analyzing the ROI in the pursuit of women. Go get it so you don't waste your time. Oh, and you kept your prices down for a major leftist shithole. That was another. Very impressed. Very impressed, sir. All right. That's it. See you guys later. Toodles.